Welcome to Point Fighter Live. I'm here tonight with Murphy Gonzalez, a great friend of mine, and he's the promoter of the Knuckle Up Fighting Championships, USA Sport Karate. It's April 7 and 8 in Orlando, Florida. It's going to be a great event. And man, Murphy, it's super exciting. Knuckle Up every year. And it started out in 2020, and it just started with a bang, right? Like man, and it's just the momentum's been building, and it's just one of my favorite events of the whole year now, right?
Yeah, for sure. What's up, everybody?
Yes.
Man, Knuckle Up. It started with just some set fights and stuff like that, and has become an amazing fighting event. All fighting, all different kinds of fighting. We found a great location. We put our minds together with myself, Jeremy Roque, the USA Sport Karate League, everybody together, and we just found an event that everybody has been asking for years, right?
Yes.
Us as two coaches, that's what we wanted, right? We said we don't want to see 10, 11 forums and this and that, and we wanted something just different. And here it is, Knuckle Up. I mean, just the name by itself, and it's become an event. It's become an event that everybody wants to go to and win, right? The first 2 years. Year one, who won the first one? I know last year D-Stacks won.
Man, bro, you've had like the best people come. I remember that first year, 2020. It was like, man, there was people from everywhere. There was people from every.
Oh no, the first one was won by Christian Rivas.
Yes, yeah.
He won the first one, and that one was packed. And then last year it was won by if I'm not mistaken, it was won by D-Stacks.
Man, but you've had great fighters come there from all teams.
Amazing fighters from all the teams, and the way we do it with the prize money and everything else has been great. But I think this tournament is getting to the point that's past the prize money. It's just the show that's put on, right? The show that's put on in a stage with VIP seating and VIP tables and open bar. It's almost kind of like going to our kind of MMA event, but going to a sport karate MMA event where people
it's like
go
the
there.
Next level. Yeah, it's like the next level. It's the next level. It's the next step up.
And DJ and the way that the fighters are introduced, to of course where the fighting rules, the Super Fight Championship League rules that that once you make it on stage, it turns into that, which everybody that I ever talked to say that how the rules that we put together are some of the best. I think the rules with everything being 1 point, it's amazing. It doesn't give anybody an extra lead, to just just all of it. Knuckle Up is a fighter's event. The other day I put it online, and that although I've been behaving so much better, we're just talking about that we're older. It's still the truth is the truth. If you call yourself a fighting school, especially if you're from Florida, because although we always have Team ATL and FSK from my brother Terry and everybody, they always come, all these guys, but especially you're from Florida and you're not coming to an all fighting event in Florida, please change the name. You're not a fighting school. Okay. All right. I mean, that's plain and simple.
That's funny. And it is all fighting. There's continuous fight, and there's people compete in so many divisions for fighting. Continuous super fights and team fighting. That's on Friday. Then Saturday, you guys got the open rank and the point fighting. So people, and then if they win, right? Everybody in the super fight divisions could go up to
not in super fight division, in all divisions, just to get it straight.
Wow.
There's super fight divisions is a different it's a division. On Saturday, open rank and point fighting are the regular USA Sport Karate rules.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you won super fights, let's say you're 12-13, you won that division on Friday, and whoever won the open rank on Saturday, and whoever won point fighting on Saturday, all those
Wow.
will get into the mix to see who are the last two, and those two will have a chance to go on stage and fight. And I don't know if you saw it, we are giving out money to everyone, even to the 9 and under, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, it is. I actually have the prize money list right here. That's a big thing. You guys are giving out money. 9 and under boys, 9 and under girls, 10 and 11 boys, 10 and 11 girls, separate, right? 12 and same for 12 and 13, same for 14 and 17. Men's grants 500 and women's grants 300. To a total of 2,000. And you guys, from the beginning, from when you started this, you've always given out the money and spread it out, right? Pretty
And
good.
spread it out. It's good to spread it out. Now in February when Stargate happened, we did the whole $500 for the kids, and man, I don't know how many people just called me just to say thank you
Yeah,
for involving the juniors like that. But
yeah,
you're talking to two coaches, myself and you, that
yeah,
have always pushed juniors into our teams. You
yeah.
know, how many we started with our juniors, with our own juniors from our schools,
Yeah, we did.
as Team
Yeah,
WKF and Team Velocity. And
yeah,
for me, juniors are always going to be very important. My juniors became Leo Valdivia and Jeremy Roque, and all these guys. So, the
yeah,
juniors are important.
yeah. It's true. No, and then from there, that's what grew the team. Everybody, it brought more
And
people in.
now these juniors are amazing. It's like watching, just smaller adults fighting. Even the 9 and under, 10, 11 year olds, those juniors, all these kids, the Jackson Neal
So
and the
yeah,
Madden Pinkney and little Tony Osmani. You see any of these kids fighting, bro? They're
wow,
like little professionals. They're amazing.
yeah, yeah. They're not just kicking and punching and stuff. They're
Exactly.
like
They're like little adults.
strategies. Yeah, it's crazy.
They're
Yeah,
little adults fighting. They're like, you want to sit down and watch them fight.
yeah, man. That's true. It's good. And those guys are always those. Everybody you just mentioned there are around the ring when the adults are fighting, right? And they stick around and they watch. So that's true, which is very impressive that you're bringing that up for sure. Yeah, and man, so it's good. They deserve some money as well. Man, $100 to a 9 and under is freaking like that's like $1,000, right?
I don't
So
have the list in front of me, but I think it moves up depending how old you
yeah,
are. I
yeah,
think
and then 10 and 11 is 100, and then 12 and 13 is 150. You need the older you get, you need a little more, right? And then and then the 14 to 17, 250. They
that's
can do
like
a
that's
lot.
like an adult grants at a local tournament, bro.
Yeah, I
That's
mean
the prize
250.
money for an adult's grant at a local tournament. You
Oh
know,
yeah, it is two. It is. Yeah, yeah, it is.
that's
250 is
but
what.
these kids deserve it. They deserve they deserve the money. They deserve the spotlight. Because if you've been to and of course you've been, and many of them have. You've been to a knuckle up. Man, they come from the back. They come with their own music, their own hype. I've seen some of them just make an extra shirt just to come in with their
Yeah,
nickname on it. I mean, it's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing feeling, and this is not about. This is Knuckle Up Fighting Championship. This is not about what league or what this is Knuckle Up Fighting Championship. We're all going to meet up the best of the best of the fighters in Florida and around. As you
yeah.
know, I just told you that Darren Payne is coming down. Teammate, D-Stacks, only I can call him Darren Payne. D-Stacks, Cam Dawson's coming. Kevin is now in Orlando. He always comes. Kevin, all these
Wow,
guys,
big
teammate
names.
TL,
Big names.
all these guys are coming down and putting a show on. But yeah, if we start from the beginning on Friday
Yeah.
we got two-person team fighting.
Uh huh.
And two-person team fighting is super fight rules. So what that means is it's not just team fighting one time. After you both fought, you switch and you got to fight the other fighter.
Oh man,
So it's pretty cool.
I like
Last year team fighting was a hit,
you
right?
guys did that last year, right? You did that
Yep. Team fighting was a hit last year, and it's looking the same way now. And then we got super fight divisions, which if you win the super fight division for your age group, and you also have a chance to go into that finals on Saturday night. And then we have continuous sparring, the very famous continuous sparring that everybody likes. All of that will be on Friday, right?
Yeah.
And then on Saturday at the beginning, it's not super fight rules. It's a regular USA Sport Karate rules. Right. 1 point to the body, a 2-point kick only to the head. The regular sport karate rules.
Is there double elimination for that one?
I'm sorry?
Is it double elimination or single elimination?
Double elimination. Wow. USA Sport Karate rules, double elimination on Saturday. So you will get your fighting money worth. Yeah. You're gonna fight. You're gonna fight. We have the regular divisions that you have for the regular tournaments. And then again, all the finals in every division, the single person, except for team fighting and stuff, all of them will go until we have 2 people left for every age, and they will also get a chance to fight on stage.
Basically, everybody that competes has a chance to make it on stage. That's not the case for you can't say that for any other tournament other than this one. It's the only tournament, and just so people can understand, that people out there listening, there's a stage right in the middle, and there's seating all around, and it's the DJs are there, the microphone, and just you come out. They call you. You come out to the music, and you walk through the path to get into the ring. You circle around, just like a professional fighter. So you don't get that feeling anywhere else, pretty much in the sport right now. Right?
This is amazing, man. I love the feeling that these kids feel. They get that spotlight hype. I'm the best for that moment. Feeling. It's crazy, and we make it all possible for them. We make this happen for them. As former fighter, as head coach of a team, and just fighting, seeing fighting all my life, I know the feeling. I don't care who you are, I don't care who you are. You want those people cheering for you, and the more people you bring, the more people cheer for you, the more hype, the more energy you get, And we have that chance because it's that Saturday night. It's a spectator friendly thing. I have a bunch of my from parents already. We're talking tonight about getting some tables,
right now I have that right now. The tables. Right now that you guys have, right? I know that they're going by real fast, so
really fast. It always goes by really fast. The tables, you can get your tables in my Juventex. You can get your seating, and just to let you guys know, that believe it or not, it becomes really cheap because that if you get a table, you get a ringside seat or a general admission seat, whatever you get, it will also give you entrance to Friday and Saturday tournament.
Wow. So
a tournament normally, what does a 2-day tournament cost? $30-$40 to go in. So you already get all of them for the same price. The only difference is that depending which one you get is how you sit at nighttime on Saturday night. Yeah. That's the difference. If you get the general admission, you still go into the tournament Friday and Saturday, but you sit a little more in the back. If you get ringside, then of course you're gonna get everybody sweat in front of you, and you're right there in the action, And our setup is a little bit different this year. I don't wanna, I want everybody to see at that moment. I'm gonna say, but it's a little bit different this year. So ringside and the tables are gonna mean even a lot more this year.
Oh wow! Okay, so it's a seating. How about reserve seating? Because I see there's general admission 30, reserve seating is 40, and then ringside is 50, and then you have VIP tables, which is 10.
Yeah, the VIP tables is just your chance. It's just like ringside because if it's 10 people, ends up being $50. but it's your time to be with
Yeah.
your around your people in the
More
tables.
personal. Yeah.
In the
Have more
tables. So
fun.
then the reserved is behind ringside, and behind that is the general admission.
Yeah. Awesome.
But
That's good.
at that place, all of them are great seats. But
Everything's gonna be a good.
everybody wants
Yeah.
to sit in the front. Everybody wants to sit and be able to to watch all the action as close as possible.
For sure, for sure. So make sure you guys get your tickets now. With registration, like you guys got to go to myeventtex.com, and USA Sport Karate has a whole thing, a whole page set up just for them, right? I think it's USA Sport Karate.myeventtex is probably that's the website, right?
But even if you just go to myeventtex.com, you can find just find the tournament there. But yeah, USA Sport Karate.myeventtex.com. I think pre-registration, if I'm not mistaken, it's all the way to this Friday or Saturday, because there's really only a week and a half left. I think you have 12 days left.
That's it. It's next weekend, pretty much, right? It's next weekend.
Yep. So listen, this is definitely the fighting show of the year always. Besides everything we do, I also like to I love to do set matches. So we put some set matches together. Some of juniors have asked for another person to fight. I know Jackson Neal asked for Eric Rutherford. He asked him for a fight. So there you go. Kind of a little friendly rival match.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah.
Hey, that's great for the sport. There was no bigger rivalries than Team Velocity and WKF.
Yeah, man. Hey, and then you become such good friends like that.
Exactly.
We would fight, hard, and then just have fun after. We'll just hang out, have fun after.
It's the way it's supposed to be. It's the way it's supposed to be. And so we got some nice set matches put together. I'm still adding some matches. So hit me up. If there was somebody that you say, you know what, this is the person I really wanted to fight. You want to talk to them, and I'll call them up and I'll make a poster of you and we'll put you in a set match. I don't have too many spots left because remember, we have about 8 to 10 set matches by the time you put the black belts, and then all the divisions will probably have a good 20 fights on stage.
Yeah.
And if you're doing team fighting, man, there is a chance. I want to take a team fight from the tournament into the final. So if I see two teams that I really think is going to be amazing for the night show, we're probably going to pick you also to be in the, so register for the team fighting. Besides being a lot of fun, it's exciting.
It's going to be fun, and it's super exciting for sure. Hey, and I know I just scrolled through all the set matches. Well, some of the set matches right now. So you guys saw, and then like you said, there's Chop House, right? Joshua and Jacob Scott. They're looking for a match.
These two kids are super cool. Mom's a super cool lady. I've seen them around for the last couple of years. I love parents and families that are involved. So they have nothing to do with me. They're from John Curatolo School, from the Chop House. But they're two brothers, right? And then one is 7 years old, and I think the brother's 11 or 12. So we're looking for a mixed match for them. Of course, that doesn't mean they're going to switch. Probably be 2 rounds of the same one. But it's giving these two brothers a chance to fight together. So
that's awesome.
That's
great.
That's what it's all about. That's all I want. I want them to be happy. These two brothers will probably never get to team fight because they're separate ages together. So this time they're going to get to work together. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. They're going to get to work together. And for the next week or so, they're going to be training together, pushing each other, doing strategies, this and that together. So it's amazing for them. So we'll have a match for them. I'm still looking for 2 more fighters for them. A 7, 8-year-old and an 11, 12-year-old.
Find a match for these guys. Yeah, for sure.
So if anybody out there's got 2 of them, let me know. Let me know. We're looking for different schools, of course. And of course, you're going to have a bunch of different schools there at the tournament, besides all the USA Sport Karate promoter schools, the the Damians, and you know, and all these guys that are amazing, you know, teams and fighters.
Great team.
But there'll be so many others because, like I said, this one's not about what league or what this or what that. This is Knuckle Up Fighting Championship.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, it's gonna be a great. It's gonna be a great, man. There's some great matches here that we're scrolling through. Your daughter, she's looking so she's been fighting so good with that pump. She's gonna be fighting Mariana Otero from.
That's one. That's her best. That's like one of her best. That's one of her best friends.
Did they fight already? Is that the one that I posted a video? I think.
Yeah, them too. Yeah.
They're really talented, man. They're really so good for real.
Baby is 4.5 years old. You know, she fights in a division that's 5 and under. So you get some of these girls that are 5, 5.5, almost 6. But baby, this is her third year, her third season competing. The math doesn't even add up. This is like her third season competing, and she's 4.5 years old. Like, but if you see how much she's gained, how much she's grown.
Yeah, she started.
How much she's grown.
Yeah,
you know, it's crazy, and she loves it. You know, and that's her buddy. That's her number one buddy. Her and her other friend Cameron are, you know, from one of our sister schools, Elite Florida Martial Arts. You know, so I just put it there so they can get that spotlight. You know, because they just competed against each other at the tournament this Saturday past. But you see them the whole time hanging out. You know.
It's awesome. That's gonna be an awesome fight. Like,
another good match. I don't remember the names. One of the names, I forgot his name now. But from St. Pete, they're gonna fight Luke Jones.
Oh yeah.
Mateo's really good.
Luke and Chuck. Yeah, St. Pete's fighting versus Luke Jones. Yeah, Luke.
You know, this is actually Luke Jones. You know, Luke Jones is in the regular division. He's kind of the bigger kid in that division. So he's actually has stepped up to fight a kid that's just a little bit his size, maybe even a little bigger than him. So this is his time to say, you know what, no matter how big you are, you know, I'm Luke Jones. I can fight anybody, you know?
That's such a cool name too, Luke Jones. That's a cool name.
Right Jones. Luke Jones.
He doesn't need a nickname, Luke Jones. That sounds cool. And then St. Pete, he looks pretty cool. That's a cool name, Mattel. Luke and Chuck.
Yeah, St. Pete is another one of our very close friends of ours. The Cookers, they're amazing, amazing fighters. You know, amazing friends. And this is the point where we say it's not gonna be. It's the Knuckle Up Fighting Championship. It's not about any league, any this, any that. You know, all these guys, all of us coming together and bringing all our fighters and putting on a show. You know.
At the end of the day, we're all one family in sport karate. So, you know, that's it. So, yeah, that's true. It's good to see that they're coming down for this. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, man. There's some great other set matches here.
Well, I'm going to get a couple of adult male fighters, adult male fighters. We got a underbelt, which was kind of interesting. We got an underbelt fighting set match with 230 plus beginner intermediate guys, right? Waldemar is from my school. He's like one of my brothers, but he's only been doing martial arts about maybe 3 or 4 months, about 4 months. And I think it's Tenon, is it?
Yeah. Tonin Farrell.
Tonin. Yeah, his instructor is also a good friend of ours. And they're hard fighters. So, you know, these guys, you know, are gonna bang. You know, they're gonna hit.
This one looks like it's gonna be very exciting.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Those fights like this are probably one of the most enjoyable ones, for sure. No, there's some good set matches. There's let's kind of go through some of them. Teo Largent, Paxton Tran, Reeves Karate. Wow, Reeves Karate. Yeah, Reeves Karate, and then SPFT. Yeah, that's a good one. That's 12 and 13. Super fight right there. That's a good one. You always make good set matches too, man. You're a good matchmaker.
That's what it's all about, right? You don't
want to. Exciting. Yeah.
People are paying, money to sit in those seats on Saturday night. You don't want to give out blowouts, you know. You want to make sure that they're even fighters. Where win or lose, they were great fights, you know.
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah, and then there's Addison versus Asiya, right? TRI. Oh, and Jasmine Mingle. Wow, MBS is coming down against American Instinct, Mia Soto.
Those two girls are very even. Those two girls are very even, and Mia has been looking really good. She's a beginner intermediate. She's been looking good. She's from American Instinct, um, and Jasmine, of course, is from MBS. And you know that Micah puts all his heart into everything he does. So Micah Williams, I think that's Justin Mingle's sister.
Yeah.
From Team Dojo, Justin Mingo. Yeah, I think that's his sister.
Yeah. It has to be. Yeah. She looks like him. She looks like for sure. Maybe. Let's see. We'll find out. But it looks like anybody from MBS is awesome. So that's gonna be a good fight right here for sure. And then we have this is a good one. The 10 and 11 Jackson Neal versus Eric Rutherford Cordero.
Oh yeah, that's the fight that I told you that they asked for it.
Already. Yeah, that they're good friends. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
They're good friends. They're very rivals at the tournament. I think those are like the top two kids in that division. In the USA Sport Karate League. So I know that's gonna be a very good fight. Jackson is from Chop House. That his brother is Jacob Neal, and another kid that I just mentioned a while back ago, like little kids, like a little professional fighter,
Yeah, for real.
And Eric trains out of CMA with Obeda and Devin Hopper and them, and he also happens to be Jeremy's stepson. So that's gonna be an amazing fight with these two young champions. Eric's been doing really good at the tournaments.
Yeah.
Eric's been up and coming really good, and I know that Jeremy's starting to put a little hand in there too. And just imagine the two names that I said, Obeda and Devin Hopper. So that should be an amazing fight.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be awesome. So you have a few slots left for a few set matches. So if anybody's interested, contact Murphy.
Any age, any belt. We are trying to look for different schools, so they can come and represent. But if you're out there and you haven't been invited to the tournament, we apologize. That we don't get to everybody on Facebook. But man, give me a call if your school is coming. Give Jeremy Roker a call, Dave Scalar, any of them, and we're gonna treat you guys like like VIPs. But most importantly, you just don't want to miss this event. This fighting only event. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It is Point Fighter approved. We're gonna get a power ring as well out there. We'll interview a winner on the show as well, and it's gonna be an awesome event. You don't want to miss it. Knuckle Up Fighting Championships. It's next weekend already. Start making plans. Right? All right, man. Thanks for joining me tonight. It's always great to sit down and talk to you.
See everybody soon. See you guys in about a week and a half.
Yes. Let's go. Power, baby. Good night.
Power.